Well, hello everyone, I'm KiteCraft. Welcome to my hobby room. I haven't quite finished building it. In fact, I haven't really started building it, simply because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. So to all my YouTube subscribers that I've had over the years, thank you very much. You came for the game vids and you stayed for the game vids. You're going to see a bit of a change coming on my channel now. There are not going to be very many game vids anymore. I'm getting back into making. I took a bit of hiatus from that, switched hobbies for a while, but I'm coming back because I've got my new tool. It just arrived today, and I'm going to do an unboxing here for you. There's not a lot of videos on YouTube for this right now. There's no point in me trying to keep it a secret. The title of the video says it all. This is the Rostock Max V2 3D printer from SeeMeCNC. This is a company that is in Indiana. So I just forgot where they are. I'm going to put a link, I better not stand up because you can't see me. I'm going to put a link in the description to the company, SeeMeCNC, as well as to an interview from an article that I read about this company, and it's one of the reasons why I decided to go with this particular model of 3D printer over any other. Pardon me. This is a kit. It's not a complete printer, it is a kit. And it's a Delta configuration printer, not a Cartesian printer. For those that don't know what I mean, if you're familiar with the general 3D printer, it's a box, and you have the 3 axes, and then usually a bed that goes up and down. So all 3 axes are very different. This one, the axes are all identical, and they go all straight up. All 3 of them are straight up, and then you have these 3 arms that come down. Go ahead and you'll see it later. Everything arrived today on UPS trucks, and this is the boxes and everything it came in. Had a couple of extra boxes. All told, my order was 3 pieces. This down here is probably the entire Rostock Max, but then again there is this box as well. We're just going to open up this one first of all. For shipping wise, just your basic old brown cardboard box. It did come kind of open though. Let me turn it this way. You can see that some of the tape had actually ripped. And nothing fell out though, the guy seemed to be taking care of it. It looks like everything might be okay. So let's just go ahead and open up this little box. We'll start from this side because it's already open. And indeed, this is in fact filament. Have a look at what we got here. There it is. This is the cool stuff that I've really been waiting for. This is called Ninja Flex. Go ahead and search YouTube for it right now. You'll come up with some videos for it. This is a rubber-like plastic. So you end up with flexible, bendable molds. I can't wait to actually try this stuff out. It's going to be cool. So that is the Midnight Black Ninja Flex. This is silver ABS, platinum silver. I dropped my thread lock. So silver ABS, which I'm really looking forward to the silver, that's pretty cool. And the rest of this is all PLA. So we've got pink, red, black, and blue. So all my filament looks like it's all okay. I'm not going to bother to open any of it up, there's no need to do that yet. But it looks good, so I'm just going to put that back. Now let's open up this one. The kit, you can get a choice between white or black. What that means is that you'll either get a roll of white PLA or a roll of black PLA. I chose the white one, so let's see if that's what this is. Yep. Purple. Oh yeah, this is purple ABS. I forgot I bought a roll of that. So I'm guessing the white must be inside the box. So this was actually on sale. That's why I decided to buy it. Purple ABS. But this, see if I can make sure I give you a half decent view of it. Hope you can see that all right. This is a 0.35 millimeter nozzle. The stock nozzle that it comes with is a standard 0.5 millimeter nozzle. This is a 0.35, so you'll be able to get finer details and things like that with this. Prints slower, of course, but that's okay. I'm not going to be using this right away, but I did want to have it so that I can do some more intricate stuff a little bit later on. So I'm just going to put that away. the Rostock Max. Interesting box, actually has handles in it. So the guy was shipping it like this, standing up, because of the handles. Everybody was just picking it right up. It does say fragile, handle with care, handle with care, handle with care. So lots of warnings on there because there is glass inside here, plus the onyx bed. That's the invoice. Alright, let's open this bad boy up. It is well taped closed. There's tape everywhere on it, so that's good. I don't see any damaging to it. A little bit maybe right here, but really that's just wear and tear. I don't see any damage at all. It all looks good. Everything's sealed. Lots of tape. Holy. So what did I just say holy about? The power supply. There's a 600 watt power supply. They can't seem to make up their minds. Either they're 400 or 450 or now I got a 600 watt. What the hell? The problem is that I'm actually not going to use it. Now I'm sure this is a fine power supply and all, and it is a 600 watt. But I think that's too much. I don't know. See, now I'm wondering. See, I was actually going to go with a Corsair 500 watt modular power supply. The thing about the modular power supply is you only need to attach the cables that you need to use. This one has all of the cables coming out one big hole, and you just have a lot of cables. You're only going to use a couple, and the rest of them have to be kind of tied up and put away, and it's ugly as sin. But with the modular, each cable is actually plugged on both ends. The one plug plugs into the power supply, otherwise you just don't even use it. So you only have the cables that you actually need, and it's a much cleaner system. But this was a surprise, a 600 watt, what the hell is that? I don't even know, I can't pronounce that. Diablotec? Oh, there you go, power supply. Comes with a packing list, which is kind of cool. Something here, a little bit of foam. This is the only foam in the entire case. It looks like they used it just to make up a little bit of space here. Interesting. So that is the only packing foam in the entire box. Alright, so here we have some sort of sealed box. I'm guessing there's an onyx bed and glass plate in there and whatnot. There's another box. I'm guessing this is not what I thought it was. Where the hell is my white? It must be in there maybe. I don't know where my white fabric is. And then the last thing is just a big bundle of Filament with the towers wrapped right to it. And that's it. That's the box. Nothing else in there. Okay, let's look at this box first. This is the LCD cover, or sorry, the LCD angle, and it's, so at the bottom of the base is where the LCD panel sits, and I'm not going to actually take this out, but you should be able to sort of see it in there. So this sits kind of like that. The LCD panel is in there, so it's actually angled. These are black acrylic pieces for putting over on the sides to make it look good. And these are also black acrylic pieces for finishing touches. So instead of it being all blocked in with wood all the way around, it's actually only wood in 3 parts, and then these kind of go in and they'll cover it. Go ahead and do a Google search and you'll see the finished product. And these are the bigger pieces for the bottom. These are for the top. And there's a sticker, Rostock Max V2 sticker. So that's that box. What's in this box? I'm guessing absolutely everything else. But where is my roll of white fabric? So this thing is well taped up, that's for sure. I don't have a roll of white. It's purple. Silver, blue, black, red, pink. Ninja flags. Okay, here we have the glass plate. That goes on top of the onyx bed. And it's all fingerprinted. Another packing list for the box itself. And here's the onyx heated bed. And its mounting. That's the bottom of it. There's a bit of soldering to do. I'm okay with that. So there's a lot of peanuts in here, a lot of stacking peanuts. What the hell is this? This is really interesting little spatula. I don't remember seeing that. So I've already read the manuals and everything. I don't remember seeing this in there. Some sort of little spatula. Here's the hot end. And it's bowed in tube. So this is the hot end. This is where the thermistor and the heating resistors go. The heating resistors go there. The thermistor goes right there in the little middle. Those are the heating resistors. So this is the hot end with its 0.5 millimeter nozzle and the PTTF tube feeder, whatever the hell that's called. Looks like I got an extra one. Oh no, the extra one's for the cold end, I'm guessing. So that there is the hot end. Here we have the cold end. These are the parts that make the cold end. This is where the filament actually feeds into the machine. A small stepper motor is part of the assembly that goes onto here, and there's a little gripper that feeds the filament through that tube and into the hot end. Here we have, this is the bottom of the center carriage. This is what carries the hot end, and these are where the arms connect. These are the pivots for the arms. These clips are to hold the glass to the plates, and these clips hold the axles in place on here. We got some zip ties. These are for the stepper motors. These are what the belts grab onto to get your grip. This is for the cold end. It goes onto this bit. This is just a gear so that you have something to grip to manually turn it. These are the arms. I'm not going to take them out. I'm going to do some more step-by-step videos and you guys will see what's going on. Those are the Delta arms. I most definitely do not have a roll of white filament. Very annoyed by that. Well, not very annoyed, but... Alright. Here's a bunch of wiring that we're going to be using. Tiny little fans. Some ridiculously little fans. That's cool. So this is, one of these is the CPU fan, or the power supply fan. One of these is the, there's a fan that goes around the hot end. Once this is all mounted, your first test print is a fan shroud, and then this medium-sized fan, I think it is, kind of is used to cool this end of the hot end. Otherwise the heat just goes too far and spreads out. And then the other little fan is for a layer fan for keeping the PLA layers cooled correctly. Here's your on-off switch. Stepper belts and the wheel covers, or the covers for the bearings that make the wheels. So these are the rest of the bearing center things. These help keep the bearing centered between the plates. These are the spacers for the bearings. These are the axle connectors for the arms. And that's what connects to the metal shafts and everything else. There's the metal shafts. We have a USB cable, USB-B. Our general parts package with all the little screws and nuts and washers and feet and all bearing packages. I hope you guys can see all of that well. These must be the stepper motors. So this is very well packed. Holy cow. Must be. Yeah, so these are the 4 stepper motors, one for each axis and then one for the feeder. This is the LCD panel. This is an adapter for the motherboard. Even comes with a card, nice. And then there's the LCD panel. I don't even have to make that. I thought I had to solder this thing together. Huh. And then there's this. And that's it. There's all the peanuts. No roll of white. This is the Rambo. This is the motherboard that runs it all. This is one of the big reasons why I decided to go with this particular kit than anything else. Rambo, this stands for RepRap Arduino Mega Compatible Motherboard. That's really what it stands for. The RepRap Arduino Mega Compatible Motherboard. This, screw Raspberry Pi, this is an Arduino. Open this up and have a look at this bad boy. Manual, some styrofoam packaging, a bunch of cables and locking connectors, nice, and the Rambo. This is the motherboard. This is where we plug all of the hot ends, thermistors, temperature sensors, which is what the thermistor is, the stepper motors, everything plugs right into this. I don't think you can see it very well, I'm sure you can't, but trust me, it's in there. And that is an Arduino. And why am I so happy about this being an Arduino? Well, let me show you. See, I've been using Arduinos for many years. So this is an Arduino, but so is this. This is like one of the original Arduinos. This is the Demilanova microcontroller, and I've built many different robots. I have a few of these. So this is an Arduino. That's an Arduino. Believe it or not, this is also an Arduino. There's the chip, and and then a few components to actually make it. What this thing looks like is an Arduino. It's actually an entire Arduino on a single chip. So Arduino, Arduino, here's an Arduino, and believe it or not, this is also an Arduino. They all use the same programming language, they all use the same IDE and the same uploads, and everything is basically the same, all the code is the same between these things. They're just different. This one's can do a little bit more. Jeez, look at the size of that capacitor on there. This can do a little bit less. This is a 3.3 volt. Believe it or not, eventually this Arduino is actually going to be inside this 3D printer. So there it is, the Rostock Max V2 3D printer. Unfortunately, I am missing the white roll of filament that it was supposed to come with. Instead, I got a SeeMeCNC spatula. These are the T-slot towers. I missed. So these are the T-slot towers. For the X, Y, and Z axes are all identical. That really is a tiny hole. Shit. See, one of the things I was going to do with this build... Where did I put them? Oh, there it is. Is that I was going to sleeve all of the wires. I have various sizes of sleeving here. 1/4 inch, 5/16, and 3/8. This is just your standard expandable mesh sleeving. Nothing weird about it. I know you can't really see it, it's black and I don't really have good lighting in here. But those really are ridiculously tiny holes. I hope I can properly sleeve them and get all of that done. And this is an example of one of the melamine parts. So they put masking tape over it before they remove it from the plate, I guess, just to make sure all the parts stay in and they don't fall out during transport. There's also, the melamine comes with a layer of masking tape on it to protect it from the laser cutting, so when it's being cut, it doesn't get flash deposits on the melamine. So there's actually a lot of tape that's going to be pulled off. First of all, there's these long strips of masking tape, and then the whole tape needs to come off as well, and you can see that there's a lot of stuff that has to be removed. So here we have a various bunch of parts. So this is the cold end. This is what holds the cold end. And here we get to the main, either base or top. I don't really know which one it is. So that's what the general base looks like. These are uprights. These are what actually hold the T-slots upright. There's another set and there's another two. And then this is the this is the base. Power supply actually sits over top of this hole, I believe. These are, this is the top. Yes, this is the top. So the reel actually mounts, I think, on some of these holes here, and then sticks out through this hole. That's right, that's the top. This is the bottom, yeah. This is, yeah, this is where we got the vents and everything. So there, it really does smell like burnt. So my first task is to separate all of the melamine parts. I go through the manual and identify them, and then I'm going to paint them. I'm not doing a really fancy paint job. all I'm going to be doing is the edges of everything will be done in chrome. This is a fast drying Krylon chrome. The main flats and everything else will be done in a high gloss black. Again, nothing fancy. I hope I'm not missing any other important parts. I hope that the roll of white filament is the only thing I'm missing. I hope it doesn't cost me to get that shipped. I ended up having to pay UPS an additional, I'm in Canada, this was shipped out of the US, I ended up having to pay an additional $167. That surprised me. So, first task is to start splitting these out, and then, once I get my first coats of paint and that's drying, according to the manual, the first step is to start assembling the hot end, and that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to do a various set of videos as I build this. I'm hoping that I've got Monday off and Tuesday's a holiday, so I've got the whole weekend and today's Thursday. So I'm hoping by the end of the weekend, you know, before I go back to work next week, I'll be up and printing. Okay. Looks like I seem to have most everything. I will be going through the manual. This is my laptop computer I brought out. I've actually got it on a monitor, which is on the floor right there. I'll just be bringing that up. I'll be going through the manual again, identifying everything and trying to make sure I have all of the pieces. Probably do. Everything looks like it's been well packaged, so that's decent. These are individual segments, so they're easy to identify all of your parts. You get a quick count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 8, 9, what? 19? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 19. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.